Hi everyone, I'm Xiao Bai from Susan's family. Today I'm bringing you a Dawn Whisper shawl. This shawl is made up of lace trim, main part and a brooch. First, crochet the lace trim. Then crochet the main part and join it with the lace trim. Finally, attach the brooch at the position that fits properly. Let's begin learning the lace trim. It starts with small fabric pieces, Motif 1 and Motif 2. First, crochet the small piece. You need to make 2 identical pieces. We will start from foundation chain. Work back and forth along the starting chain. After completing crocheting, work 1 round around the outer ring of the fabric piece. The stitch techniques used are chain, double crochet, DC2 puff, single crochet and slip stitch. Now I'll demonstrate the specific crocheting method. To make it easier for everyone to see clearly, I'll use cotton yarn for this demonstration. Colors are random. For specific yarn, color scheme and hook size, please refer to the detail page of our product and the paper instructions. First, let's start with a chain. Make a slip knot first. This knot does not count as a stitch. Slightly tighten. Now start crocheting chain stitches. Refer to the pattern for the exact number of stitches. After completing, check the stitch count. 1 chain represents 1 stitch. The loop on the hook is not included. This completes the starting chain. Now move on to row 1. Start with 3 ch as the turning chain. Counts as 1 DC. Corresponds to the 4th last chain, which is the final stitch of the starting chain. Skip 2 stitches on the left side. In the next stitch, pick up 1 strand from the top loop of the chain. Work 2 DC. Three ch. In the same stitch, work another 2 DC. The crochet stitches worked in this stitch count as 1 DC group. Then skip 2 stitches. Work 1 DC in the next stitch. Skip 2 stitches on the left side. Work 1 DC group in the next stitch, which is 2 DC. Three ch. 2 DC. Down, skip 2 stitches respectively. Alternate crocheting DC and DC groups. Continue all the way to the end of the row. Finally, skip 2 stitches. Work 1 DC in the first chain stitch. Row 1 is complete. Take the side with clearer texture as the right side. Continue to work row 2. Make 3 beginning chains first. 2 chain spaces. Turn the work piece into the chain space at the center of the DC group from the previous row. Work 1 single crochet. 2 chains. Work 1 DC2 together in 1 at the double crochet stitch position. Later referred to simply as bobble stitch. First, make 2 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over. Insert the hook. Pay attention, when crocheting on the wrong side, the stitch is at the upper left. Yarn over, pull the yarn through. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. 1 incomplete double crochet is completed. Work another stitch. Yarn over. Insert the hook. Yarn over, pull the yarn through. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. Another incomplete double crochet is completed. Finally, yarn over, pull through all loops on the hook at once. 1 bobble stitch is completed. Then work 2 chain stitches. Work 1 single crochet in the chain space between the double crochet groups. 2 chain stitches. Work 1 bobble stitch at the double crochet stitch position. First, work 2 incomplete double crochets in this stitch. After completing, yarn over, pull through all loops on the hook at once. Another bobble stitch is completed. This entire row is worked into the chain spaces between the double crochet groups of the previous row. Work single crochets. Work bobble stitches at the double crochet stitch positions. Separate them with 2 chain stitches. Everyone continue following this pattern to complete the rest of the row. Finally, pick up the top 2 strands of the beginning chain, and work 1 double crochet. Row 2 is completed. Next, work row 3. Make 3 beginning chains. Turn the work. Work 1 double crochet group at the left stitch position. Work 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Downward, work into each stitch position respectively, alternate crocheting double crochets and double crochet groups. Continue all the way to finish this row. Finally, on the beginning chain, count up from the bottom. The 3rd chain. Pick up both loops of the chain, work 1 double crochet, This completes the third row. Now crochet the fourth row. This row follows the same crocheting method as the second row. Start with 3 ch as the turning chain. 2 chains apart. Turn the work piece. In the chain space at the center of the group, work 1 single crochet. 2 chain stitches. Work 1 bobble stitch in the double crochet stitch position. Two chain stitches. Continue working this row all the way to the end. Finally, work 1 double crochet in the turning chain. Row 4 is complete. Measure the fabric size. If it differs significantly from the dimensions indicated on the chart, adjust your tension. Crochet again. For the remaining part afterward, follow the crocheting method of rows 3-4. Continue until complete. Do not fasten off yarn after finishing crocheting. Finally, add the edging. Chain 1 as beginning chain. Serves as the starting chain for single crochet. Doesn't count as one stitch. Turn the work piece. Work 1 single crochet in the bottom left corner stitch. 3 chains. Work 1 single crochet in the left chain space. 3 chains. Work 1 single crochet in the single crochet stitch position. 3 chains. Work 1 single crochet in the adjacent chain space. 3 chains. Continue downward on the single crochet stitch and the chain spaces on both sides. Work single crochets. With 3 chains between each 2 single crochets. Follow this pattern. Keep going until the last chain space of this row. After completing, continue with 3 chains. Work 1 single crochet on the starting chain. Three chains. Turn the piece. Now move to this side edge. Work 1 single crochet in the double crochet stitch below. 3 chains. Work 1 single crochet at its insertion point. 3 chains. From now on, work single crochet into each double crochet stitch and its insertion point. With 3 chains between each single crochet, follow this pattern all the way down to finish this side edge. Once completed, now move to the starting point. Work 1 single crochet in the chain space on the left side. 3 chains. Work 1 single crochet at the entry point of the double crochet group. 3 chains. Work 1 single crochet in the adjacent chain space. 3 chains. From now on, work single crochet into the insertion point of the double crochet group, and the chain spaces on both sides. Work single crochet, with 3 chains between each single crochet. Follow this pattern to complete the crocheting on this starting side. Finally, at the chain position corresponding to the beginning chain, count down from the top to the 4th chain. Pick up both strands of that chain and work 1 single crochet. 3 chains. The crocheting method for the remaining side is similar to the other side. Refer to the chart and continue crocheting until complete. Finally, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. The slip stitch does not count as one stitch. Need to pull tight. Chain 1 to secure. Leave a tail of about 5 centimeters. Cut the yarn. Weave in the end along the texture on the wrong side. This demonstration takes about 35 seconds. Trim the excess tail. Also, weave in the starting tail along the texture on the wrong side. This completes the edging. And one small motif is now completed. Follow the method just demonstrated. Crochet the other piece to complete. Next, crochet motif 1. Begin with a magic ring. Crocheting in rounds counterclockwise. Change colors as you crochet. First crochet them separately, then sew them together. After sewing, crochet the edging. Finally, attach the pearls. The new stitch techniques used are DC3 tog, bobble stitch with 3 double crochets, DC2 in 1. Please watch the demonstration. First, begin with a magic ring. Casting on is complete. Then work the first round. Start with 3ch as the turning chain. Counts as 1 DC. Work 2 DC into the magic ring. Four ch. Treat the crocheted stitches as a group. Move on to the next group. Work 3 DC into the magic ring. 4ch. This completes another group. Refer to the pattern. Complete the remaining groups. After that, close the magic ring. Pick up the top 2 strands of the beginning chain. Join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. Leave a tail of about 5 centimeters and cut the yarn. This completes round 1. Take the side with clearer texture as the right side. In the following rounds, work with the stitches facing toward you. Now work round 2. At the insertion point of the slip stitch from the previous round, join the yarn. Take the corresponding color. Make a slip knot. Draw the loop through. Adjust slightly. Joining the yarn is done. Then work 1 DC3 tog. Because it's the beginning of the round, this DC3 tog technique is special. First make 2 beginning chains. As an incomplete double crochet, work 1 incomplete double crochet in each of the next stitches on the left. The stitches on the left side are a bit distorted. Pick up these 2 strands and work them together. When crocheting, place the yarn tail over your hook, and weave in the ends as you go along. Finally yarn over, and draw through all loops on your hook at once. One special DC3 tog is completed. The V-shaped loop at the upper right is its stitch. Continue with 3 chain stitches. In the left chain space work 1 bobble stitch with DC3 together in 1. First work 3 incomplete double crochets in this chain space. Finally yarn over, and draw through all loops on your hook at once. 1 bobble stitch with DC3 together in 1 is completed. Then work 3 chain stitches. Position of the stitch on the left. Work 1 DC3 tog. First work 3 incomplete double crochets separately. Then yarn over and draw through all loops at once. Another DC3 tog is completed. Then work 3 chain stitches. One bobble stitch with DC3 together in 1. First work 3 incomplete double crochets in the chain space. Then yarn over and draw through all loops on your hook at once. Another bobble stitch with DC3 together in 1 is completed. From this round onward, all stitches are worked into the stitch positions of the previous round. Work a DC3 tog. Work a bobble stitch with DC3 together in 1 in the chain space. Work 3 chains in between. Follow this pattern. Continue working the rest of the round. Join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Pull tight. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. Round 2 is completed. Now work round 3. Join yarn in the last stitch of the previous round. Make 3 beginning chains. Counts as 1 double crochet. Work 1 more double crochet in the same stitch. Two chains. Work 2 double crochets in the adjacent chain space. On the left side stitch position, work 1 DC2 in 1, that is, 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Work 2 double crochets in the next chain space. Two chains. Work 2 double crochets in the stitch position. Treat the completed stitches as one side. Move on to crochet 5 chains. Consider it as a corner. Continue repeating the sides and corners all the way around the round. Pay attention, the first and last stitch of each side should be worked in the same stitch. Finish with a slip stitch into the beginning chain. Leave a yarn tail and cut the yarn. Round 3 is completed. Continue to crochet round 4. Join the yarn in the chain space of the last corner from the previous round. Make 3 beginning chains. Work 2 more double crochets in the same chain space. Three chains. Work a DC3 together in the left stitch position. separated by 3 chains in between. After completing, crochet 3 chains. Work 3 double crochets in the chain space of the adjacent corner. Treat the crocheted stitches as one side. Then crochet 5 chains. Count it as a corner. Continue repeating the sides and corners. Keep going until only the last corner position remains. When you reach the corresponding position, first crochet 2 chains. Into the beginning chain, work 1 double crochet. To replace the 3 chain corner, join the beginning and ending of this round. Round 4 is completed. Now crochet round 5. Chain 1 to begin. Into the hole below, work 3 single crochets. Into the stitch on the left. Work single crochets in each position. Into the chain space, correspondingly make 3 single crochets. From now on, work single crochet into each stitch position accordingly. Into the chain space, make 3 single crochets. Continue all the way to the stitch before the left corner. Reaching the corresponding position. Into the corner's chain space, work 3 single crochets. Treat the crocheted stitches as one side. Repeat crocheting this side down and complete the entire round. Finally join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. Weave in the yarn tail along the wrong side following the fabric's texture. This demonstration takes about 50 seconds. This way, motif 1 is completed. Measure the size of the piece. If it differs significantly from the dimension on the chart, it's recommended to adjust your tension and recrochet. Everyone refer to the chart and color chart. Complete all required motif 1 pieces. Crocheting of motif 1 is done. Next step is sewing together. To make it easier for everyone to see clearly, the swatch is sewn with a different color yarn. Take a thread about 3 times the length of the motif side. Insert into the yarn needle. Place the wrong sides of the motifs together. Use the whip stitch method. Sew together by picking up the corresponding stitches along the edges. This demonstration takes about 50 seconds. Now these two motifs are sewn together. Follow the same method for the rest. Refer to the chart, match and sew together the remaining motifs accordingly. Up to this point, the sewing of the motifs is complete. Now proceed to crochet the edging. Work 1 round of crocheting around each completed motif piece. Keep the right side of the fabric facing you. Join yarn with a slip knot in the first stitch, at the far right of the right side of motif 1. Chain 1 as beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the joining position. Two chains. Skip 1 stitch. Work 1 single crochet in the next stitch. 2 chains. Continue skipping 1 stitch, then work 1 single crochet. 2 chains. Keep going all the way down this side of the current motif. After completing, work 2 chains. Move on to work the edge of the next motif. For the following motifs, the edging method is the same. Between each motif, work a 2 chain space. Follow this pattern. Continue crocheting the edge of the left side motifs until completed. Once crocheting is finished, proceed to the corner position. Work 2 chains. From now on at each corner, always work a 2 chain space. For the rest, follow the edge crochet method. Refer to the chart. Continue to finish the remaining part of this round. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. Weave in the yarn tail along the wrong side following the texture. This completes the edging. The edging method for each sewn motif is similar. Please complete the edging on the remaining motifs accordingly. Finally, sew on the pearls. The 3-color 1 motifs in the middle of the lace trim do not need pearls. Attach 1 pearl to the center of each of the 4-color 1 motifs on both sides. Please see the demonstration. Take the pearls. The pearls come in 3 sizes: large, medium, and small. Choose the small pearl for sewing. First, cut a piece of same color thread from the sewing position. Take 2 strands from it. Thread the needle. Note that the needle must be able to pass through the pearl. Take the motif for sewing. The method just needs to be secure. The demonstration here takes about 55 seconds. One pearl is now sewn. Using the same method, sew the remaining 3 pearls. Up to this point, motif 1 is completed. Next, crochet motif 2. Begin with a magic ring, crocheting in rounds counterclockwise. Change colors when crocheting. After completing the crocheting, work a round on the edge. While crocheting the edge, connect to the adjacent piece. Finally, sew a pearl in the center of the motif. The new stitch technique used is half double crochet, ch5 picket, chain 5 picket, picket of 3. tr2 tog in 1, ch5 picket, chain 5 picket. Please watch the demonstration. First, begin with a magic ring. Casting on complete, now move on to the first round. First, work 1 bobble stitch. Since this is the beginning of the round, the way to crochet this bobble stitch is special. First, make 2 chain stitches as beginning chain. Count as 1 incomplete double crochet. In the magic ring loop, work 1 incomplete double crochet. Finally, yarn over and draw through all loops on your hook. 1 special bobble stitch is completed. The V-shaped loop at the top right is its stitch. Then work 1 picket of 3. Later referred to simply as picket. First work 3 chain stitches. Then insert your hook into the front strand of the next stitch, and the left side strand. Work 1 slip stitch. One picket stitch is completed. Continue with 3 chain stitches. Treat the crocheted stitches as a group. Then move on to the next group. In the magic ring loop work 1 bobble stitch. One picket stitch. First work 3 chain stitches. Then pick up the front strand of the current stitch, along with the 2 strands on the left. Work a slip stitch. Another picket stitch is completed. Continue with 3 chain stitches. One more group is now complete. From now on follow this same crocheting method. Crochet 2 more groups. After that, close the magic ring. Then join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. Round 1 is completed. Now start crocheting round 2. Attach yarn to the chain space on the right of the joining position from the previous round. Make 3 beginning chains. Counts as 1 double crochet. In the same chain space, work 2 more double crochets. Eight chains. Treat the crocheted stitches as a group. Move on to the next group. In the next chain space, work 3 double crochets. Eight chains. This completes another group. Repeat this group pattern. Crochet the entire round. Finish with a slip stitch in the beginning chain. Round 2 is completed. Continue crocheting the third round. Chain 1 to begin. In the left stitch, work 1 single crochet. A picket of 4 chains. First work 4 chains. Then slip the front loop of the next stitch below. And the strand on the left, join with a slip stitch. The 4 chain picket is completed. Next, in the chain space on the left, work 1/2 double crochet. Seven double crochets. One picket stitch. Continue in this chain space, work 6 double crochets. One-half double crochet. Treat the crocheted stitches as a group. Then move on to the next group. In the middle stitch, work 1 single crochet. A picket of 4 chains. First work 4 chains. Then pick up the front loop of the current stitch and the strand on the left. Fasten them with a slip stitch. Complete the picket of 4 chains. The chain space on the left, work 1/2 double crochet. Seven double crochets. One picket stitch. Six double crochets. One-half double crochet. This completes another group. Repeat this stitch pattern. Work all the way around the round. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch position. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off, weave the end into the texture on the wrong side. Weave in the remaining ends along the texture on the wrong side. This completes round 3. Now crochet round 4. This round consists of 4 identical leaves. Starting with a chain stitch. Working back and forth in rows. Change colors when crocheting. When working the last row, connect from left to right to the corresponding positions of round 3. Please watch the demonstration. First crochet the first leaf. Start by casting on. Chain 1 to begin. Beginning chain completed. Now work row 1. First make a chain stitch as beginning chain. On the starting chain stitch, pick up the top loop of the chain. Work 4 single crochets. Row 1 is completed. Keep the side with clearer texture as the right side. Continue working row 2. Make 3 beginning chains. Counts as 1 double crochet. Corresponds to the last stitch of the previous row. Then work 1 chain space. Turn the work piece. Work a double crochet in each stitch position from the previous row, separated by 1 chain space between them. After completing, leave a yarn tail and fasten off. So row 2 is now completed. Now work row 3. Position the right side of the fabric toward you. Join yarn in the chain space on the right side. Make 1 beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the same stitch, where yarn was joined. Four chains. 1 treble crochet, 2 DC3 bobble stitch. First work 2 incomplete treble crochets. Yarn over twice. Insert the hook. Yarn over and draw through. There are 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 2 times. Once. Twice. 1 incomplete treble crochet is done. Work another stitch. Yarn over twice. Insert the hook. Yarn over and draw through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 2 times. Another stitch is completed. Finally, yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook. The TR2 tog in 1 is finished. Next, work a 5 chain picket stitch. First crochet 2 chain stitches. Enlarge the loop on the crochet hook. Take the hook out. Take the completed first 3 rounds of the piece. Insert the hook from the right side of the fabric into any chain space of the picket stitch. Draw the loop through. Adjust the size of the loop. Then crochet 3 chain stitches. Next, slip the front strand of the next stitch, along with the 2 strands on the left. Join with a slip stitch. This completes the 5 chain picket stitch and makes 1 connection. Continue with 4 chain stitches. In the same chain space below, work 1 single crochet. In the next chain space, work 1 single crochet. 3 chain stitches. Enlarge the loop on the crochet hook. Remove the crochet hook. Insert the hook into the chain space of this left 4 chain picket stitch. Draw the yarn through. Adjust the size of the loop. Work 4 chain stitches. This completes another connection. In the same chain space below, work 1 single crochet. Four chain stitches. One treble crochet 2 together in 1. Work 2 incomplete treble crochets. Yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook at once. The treble crochet 2 together in 1 is completed. Move on to work a 5 chain picket stitch. First work 2 chain stitches. Then join with the picket stitch on the left side of round 3. Continue with 3 chain stitches. 1 slip stitch. 4 chain stitches. In the chain space below, work 1 single crochet. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. Weave in the tail along the wrong side following the texture. Row 3 is completed. And the first leaf is also completed. Everyone follow the method just demonstrated. Refer to the chart and complete the remaining 3 leaves on your own. When joining, pay attention to connect from left to right in order. Don't make mistakes. Up to this point, round 4 is explained. Now crochet the 5th round. Attach yarn in any leaf's beginning chain from the previous round. The remaining half stitch. Join yarn. Work 1 chain as beginning chain. In the joining position, work 2 single crochets. Then work 2 chains. In the double crochet stitch on the left side, work 1 single crochet. Six chains. In the picket stitch chain space of the third round, work 1 double crochet. 6 chains. Next leaf, in the beginning chain of the second row, work 1 single crochet. Two chains. Insert hook into the leaf starting chain. Remaining half stitch, work 3 single crochets. Continue below. In each leaf starting chain, work 3 single crochets. In the double crochet stitch and the beginning chain of the leaf second row, work 1 single crochet each. On both sides of the single crochet, work 2 chains apart. In the middle picket stitch space of the third round, work 1 double crochet. On both sides of the double crochet, work 6 chains each. Follow this pattern and refer to the chart. Continue to complete the rest of this round. Finally, work 1 single crochet at the joining position. Then join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Round 5 is completed. Next, work round 6. Chain 1 to begin. In the slip stitch insertion point from the previous round, work 1 single crochet. In the left stitch, work 1 single crochet. In the adjacent chain space, work 2 single crochets. In the stitch position, correspondingly make 1 single crochet. After that, work single crochets in each stitch position accordingly. In the chain space, work the corresponding number of single crochets. all the way down through the left side chain spaces. Once completed, in the 2 stitches on the left side, work 1 single crochet in each. Treat the crocheted stitches as one side. Repeat crocheting this side downward. Continue all the way around to finish the round. Pay attention, the first and last stitch of the edge are worked in the same stitch. Finish with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. Weave in the yarn tail along the texture on the wrong side. This completes round 6. And motif 2 is also completed. Size is roughly identical to motif 1. Everyone follow the method just demonstrated. Complete the remaining motifs 2 accordingly. Next proceed to crochet the edging. Crochet the edging while joining to adjacent pieces. The joining method is the same throughout. In this swatch, we'll demonstrate using the leftmost motif 2 as an example. On the left side, connect to the small piece. On the right side, connect to the already joined motif 1. Watch the demonstration. First, join yarn at the insertion point, where the slip stitch was made in the previous round. Chain 1 as beginning chain. Single crochet. 2 chain stitches. Skip 1 stitch. In the next stitch, work 1 single crochet. 2 chain stitches. Continue down, skipping 1 stitch each time and working 1 single crochet. Between the single crochets, 2 chain stitches as interval. Follow this pattern all the way down to finish this side. Treat the crocheted stitches as one edge. Then crochet 1 chain. Take a small piece. With the right side of the fabric facing you. Find the starting chain side. The leftmost chain space. Insert the hook. Work 1 slip stitch. 1 chain stitch. Consider the stitches after the edge as a corner. At each corner position going down, crochet and join using this same method. Return to the current motif. Continue crocheting along this edge. On the left stitch, work 1 single crochet, 1 chain stitch. into the chain space to the left of the previous joining position. Work 1 slip stitch. One chain stitch. From now on, all connections downward are made by working slip stitches. Following the edge crocheting pattern, continue crocheting and joining along this edge until it is complete. This edge is now completed. Next is the corner position. Crochet and join this corner. Then crochet one edge as usual. Next is the corner position. First work 1 chain stitch. Take the completed motif 1 piece. Place the right side of the fabric facing up into the chain space at the bottom left corner position. Work 1 slip stitch to join. Then work 1 chain stitch. This corner is now crocheted and joined. Continue crocheting and joining along this edge. Finally, crochet and join this last corner. Then slip stitch into the first stitch. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. Weave in the end on the wrong side. So 1, motif 2, edging is now complete. And it's joined to the adjacent piece. Everyone follow the method demonstrated earlier. Complete connecting the remaining motif 2 pieces. After finishing, at the center of each motif 2, sew on 1 medium purl respectively. The sewing method is the same as for motif 1. Please complete the sewing on your own. Up to this point, motif 2 is now fully explained, and the entire lace trim has also been fully covered. Next, crochet the main part, which consists of the main part fabric, joining, and tassels. First, crochet the main part fabric, divided into an even section and a decreasing section. Start by crocheting the even section. We will start from foundation chain. Work back and forth in rows. The new stitch technique used is FPDTR. Please watch the demonstration. First, chain to begin. The swatch here has fewer stitches. Refer to the chart for the exact stitch count. Check the number of stitches as you crochet, mindful not to make mistakes. This way, the starting chain is completed. Now move on to work row 1. First crochet 4 chain stitches. Into the 4th last chain from the end. Pick up the top loop of the chain. Crochet 1 bobble stitch. Treat these 4 chains and the bobble stitch together as one, group 1. Corresponding to the last chain of the foundation chain. Continue to crochet another, group 1, that is, 4 chain stitches. Into the 4th last chain from the end. Pick up the top loop of the chain. Crochet 1 bobble stitch. Another, group 1, is completed. Then skip 5 chains. Into the next chain, pick up the top loop of the chain. Work 1 slip stitch. The oval-shaped slip stitch in the diagram. When crocheting, do not pull tight. When crocheting down into the starting chain, always pick up the top loop of the chain to crochet. Treat these 2, group 1, and the slip stitch as one bobble stitch pattern. Then crochet another bobble stitch pattern. First crochet 2, group 1. Once completed, skip 5 chains. Work 1 slip stitch in the next chain. Another bobble stitch pattern is completed. Repeat this set of stitches all the way down to finish this row. So the first row is completed. For this row, take the side with clearer texture as the right side. Now crochet the second row. Start with 6 chains as beginning chain. One, group 1. Turn the work piece. Insert the hook into the 4th last chain's front loop from the right side below. Work 1 slip stitch. If you can't find the exact position, just pick up approximately 2 strands in the middle of the motif and work into them. When working slip stitches into puff stitch motifs going forward, always insert hook into the 4th last chain's front loop from the right side of group 1. Then work 1 puff stitch pattern. Continue crocheting puff stitch patterns all the way to the last motif of this row. Once completed, work 1, group 1. One FPDTR. Yarn over 3 times. Insert the hook into the chain corresponding to group 1 at the starting position below. Pick up 2 strands on the side edge and insert the hook. Yarn over and draw through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 4 times. Complete 1 FPDTR, and at the same time, the second row is completed. Continue working on row 3. First work 1 bobble stitch pattern. Because it's the beginning of a row, this bobble stitch pattern is special. First crochet 4 chains. Turn the work. Then pick up 1 strand from the side of the 4th chain from the end. Work 1 bobble stitch. The first, group 1, is complete. Then work another, group 1. And then into the bobble stitch pattern at the bottom left. The right, group 1, 4th last chains braid. Work a slip stitch. 1 special bobble stitch pattern is complete. Continue working bobble stitch patterns downward. Keep going until this row is completely crocheted. Finally pick up the top 2 strands of the beginning chain. Crochet 1 slip stitch. Row 3 is completed. Now work row 4. First make 6 beginning chains. One, group 1. Turn the work piece. Then pick the braid of the 4th last chain of this, group 1, at the lower left. Work a slip stitch. Then crochet 1 bobble stitch pattern. Continue crocheting bobble stitch patterns. Keep going until the last pattern of this row is completed. Finally work one more, group 1. One FPDTR, yarn over 3 times. Insert into the FPDTR stitch of row 2. Yarn over and draw through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 4 times. One FPDT are completed. At the same time row 4 is also completed. For rows 5, 6 afterward, the technique is identical to rows 3, 4. Just follow the chart to crochet. No need to fasten off the yarn after completing crocheting. Up to this point, the even section has been explained completely. Next, crochet the decreasing section. Continue working back and forth in rows through the even section. Start with row 1. First crochet 1 special puff stitch pattern set. Then crochet the puff stitch pattern sets normally. Keep going until the last pattern of this row. Once the last puff stitch pattern is completed, crochet 1, group 1. Into the beginning chain. Work 1 DC3 together in 1. Row 1 is complete. Take this row, the side with clearer texture as the right side. Continue crocheting row 2. First crochet 1 special puff stitch pattern set. Then continue normally with the puff stitch patterns. Keep going until the last pattern of this row. Once the last puff stitch pattern is completed, crochet 1, group 1. On the last puff stitch pattern of the previous row, work 1 DC3 together in 1. Row 2 crocheting is finished. For the remaining part, follow the same crochet method as row 2. Begin by working one special puff stitch pattern set, ending on the puff stitch pattern at the edge of the previous row. Work 1 DC3 together in one. In the middle, normally crochet puff stitch patterns. Follow this pattern and refer to the chart. Continue to crochet the remaining part until complete. While crocheting, if you run out of a ball of yarn, you can tie a knot to join yarn. Here I'll demonstrate the method using a swatch. Leave about 10 centimeters on both yarn tails. At a position close to the fabric, tie a knot with the 2 yarn ends. The tails can be left unsecured for now. Later weave them in along the texture of the fabric. This is the method for joining yarn. Then continue crocheting normally. Once crocheting is finished, fasten off the yarn normally, and weave in the ends. Up to this point, the decreasing section has been explained, and at the same time, the entire main part has also been covered. Next, proceed with joining together. Attach the main fabric piece to the lace trim on the starting chain side of the main crochet piece, and the lace trim piece. Align any long side. Join on the wrong side. Roughly center align the 2 fabric pieces. You can use stitch markers to mark both ends. Then secure them several times evenly along this edge. For easier joining later, if you don't have stitch markers, you can use household paper clips or safety pins instead. Pay attention that the joining positions on both sides are symmetrical. Next, I'll demonstrate the joining method using this swatch. Place the right sides of the pieces together. Start joining from either end. Pick the corresponding position on the edges of both fabric layers. Join yarn. Work 1 chain as beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the same stitch where you joined the yarn. Three chains as a bridge. The number of chains and the insertion point here can be adjusted according to actual situation. Then skip a distance to the left, not exceeding the width of the chain braid. Pick the corresponding position and work 1 single crochet. 3 chains. Adjust the connection position of the following fabric piece as you go. Roughly connect evenly. Pay attention to keep the fabric flat and neat. During the crocheting process, if puckering occurs, you can undo part of it. Adjust the distance between single crochets and rejoin accordingly. Alternate crocheting 1 single crochet and 3 chain stitches. Continue joining the 2 pieces until complete. Once joining is done, leave a yarn tail and cut the yarn. Weave in the end along the texture on the wrong side. This completes the joining explanation. Finally, make and attach the tassels. The finished product has 8 tassels. On the first and last stitch of the final row of the even section, attach 1 each. Attach 1 on each side at approximately the centered position of the decreasing section. Make and attach tassels. On the first, last, and middle positions of the final row, evenly attach 4. First make the tassels. Then attach pearls to the tassels. Finally assemble them together onto the corresponding positions of the main part. Specific number of rounds and length of tassels refer to the chart, or adjust according to personal preference. Please watch the demonstration. Tassel making method. Prepare a thick cardboard with the same length as the desired tassel length. That means, if the required tassel length is 6 cm, then the cardboard should also be 6 cm long. First, cut 2 yarn tails for later use. Then wrap the yarn around the cardboard. You can decide the number of rounds, based on actual needs or remaining strands, depending on how many wraps you make. If you want to make a multicolor tassel, then combine the colors needed and wrap them together around the cardboard. Pay attention not to wrap too tight. Once you've wrapped the desired number of rounds, take one of the prepared yarn tails. Insert it through the loops on the cardboard. Then tie a knot to secure. Pull the tail end tight. Then weave in the other end. And tie another knot. Secure it firmly. Then remove the loops from the cardboard. Cut the yarn tails. Cut the bottom strands of yarn. Then trim neatly. Next, take another piece of yarn. about 1 centimeter below the top position. Wrap it around several times. Tie a knot to secure. Once securely fixed, hide the yarn tails inside the tassel. Then trim the bottom slightly again. Like this, the tassel is completed. Now attach a purl above the tassel. Thread the reserved yarn tail through a sewing needle. Take one large purl. Insert the needle through it. Then attach it to the corresponding position on the main fabric piece. No specific method required, as long as it's secure. One tassel is now attached. Everyone follow the same method. Make and attach the remaining tassels. Finally attach the brooch. Take the brooch. Pin each one to the edge of the small side pieces. Exact position of the brooch can be adjusted according to personal preference. Now the brooch is attached. And the shawl explanation is complete. If you have any unclear parts during the crocheting process, don't hesitate to contact our customer service. Don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's family supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next episode.